changed where I glued it. It totally pivots. I think I would have made this more vertical, because when the gun actually fit down inside the fuselage when it was I guess when they were parked or not flying. But I would have kind of made this almost 90 degrees to this piece here. But you can figure that out, because see. But anyway, it still moves. It's posable. You can go wherever. Once this is all glued in, it shouldn't go anywhere. All right. The only thing I've got left to do to the rear cockpit is add. There was 2 magazines on the inside. I'm gonna make a mold and pull 2 ABS magazines that you can glue to a piece on the inside here. All right. That's mainly how the rear cockpit's done. You can paint it up the way you want. Probably do a lot better job than I did, and make it look really nice. All right, I'm gonna go and move to the front, get everything ready, and we'll install the front cockpit. Okay, here we are. We're getting ready to do the front cockpit, but I wanted to go back and make sure I showed you something. On the rear gun mount, so it will pivot and it won't come out of here. I wanted to make sure I told you this 3/16 inch dowel needs to be cut longer than the sides. I mean, you can go, it looks like probably a ½ inch longer if you really wanted to. But anyway, you got to make it so it slides in one way, and you can slide it back over and then pull this circle over to center it up, and so it won't come out of place. I just want to make sure I let you know to cut that 3/16 inch dowel long enough, a little bit longer than the holes, so you can make it permanent and then also pivot. And you just put your glue on the inside to keep it from moving. All right, now moving to the front cockpit. The cockpit's done just like I do all the others I've done. It's a one piece. You just take a pair of pliers and you come up to the bottom and you crimp it across. You do both sides, so you end up with the one piece cockpit kit. Now on this one, what you need to do is while I'm trial fitting, I leave a lip on here. From the back corner inward, you cut 1 inch, and then on the front side you cut 7/8. From the front side you cut back in 7/8 inch, and we're leaving this lip just so we can get this cockpit fitted. Okay, you need to clean out all the way up to sides and smooth it up, or get away the flashing up around this side so it contours correctly, or that would hit the fuselage sides. So I just want to make sure I showed you that. There are several things that go in the cockpit. You need to paint it up front. There was a panel of push buttons on the side. I don't know what they're for, but I reproduced them. There was a throttle control. There was another box back behind it. There was also a rounded switch like this. Reproduced that, and to get it to correct angle, I've come in here and put a 3/16 inch dowel glued to the back and then sanded to an angle to give me the correct angle up here, and then another box of switches. Anyway, also there is the joystick. The joystick you paint it up to your liking, and then you can see I put the hole too far back on this one, but I'm gonna move it up to where it needs to be up here, and you just drill the hole out, and you can push the joystick down into the depth you like. This is installed after the cockpit's done. The chair, if you look, is contoured to the top of the fuselage up here, and then also made a seat back for it, and it fits right. You just have to cut it out, get rid of all the flashing. I just paint them brown, and it's installed in here. Like I said, use the Model Masters glue to glue that in place, and just let it set up overnight, before you install it. But you do need to paint everything. The glue will go through the paint and adhere these together. The dash, on the dash, I do supply the instruments. On this one I guess it was the compass that was down. It was kind of a perpendicular to the dash. I'm not sure, but anyway, it had a box around it. I built the box. It goes on top after you put your instrument in. Let's see here. I'm gonna go ahead and show you how this is installed. We're gonna take this and you do have to install the cockpit first so you can reach in here and make this permanent. But anyway, all you do is come up through the bottom. And you can see that it just comes up here and comes over the edge. You may have to fiddle or mess with cutting this until you get that flange up over the edge. And it really kind of closely contours to the sides of the plane. I will go back in there and add a piece of 1/8 inch balsa and then sand it back. That'll give us a better glue joint than to the fiberglass. So I'm going to glue a piece of balsa in here, sand it back at an angle until I get this where it won't pinch, until it's good and hard on the backside, then glue it in place. The dash, all you have to do is take it, let's see if we can get over here. The dash, we just come in here and I've put some tape on here to hold it temporarily. This contours to the side, to the one side over here. You see where the ledge is. Just bring it in and you just have to glue it in place. It's a tight fit. That's why I said a 6 scale pilot would have never fit in here. But anyway, you need to get that in and glue it in place. All right, you can see that it goes into place. It sits on this side, but this side, on the other side, it comes up at an angle. So you just have to get it in there and get it glued into place. The seat, it just sits right here, and you see how it contours just about perfectly to the fuselage. And you'll glue it, put some the glue on the bottom, and glue it to the pedestal. The other thing I wanted to tell you is there was a bar that came across underneath the dash, and there will be some 3/16 inch dowel. You just take it, paint it to the color, and this will fit right along. You have to glue it in underneath those ledges and right across the bottom underneath the dash. I'm not to point to gluing that in yet because I got to get these other pieces put in, but you just glue it, let's see here, you just glue it underneath the dash just right along this line here. And there'll also be some ABS supplied that you can box in the front of this cockpit and make it a box. Once you get this glued in place, you'll have to reach in from the front and glue that in. Okay, that's pretty much the basic cockpit. I'll have some pictures online, so on the build thread for it on RC Universe, so you can see what the interior looks like in case you have any questions, or you can feel free to get in touch with me. It makes a great addition to the airplane. It makes it look better than just the basic blocked off areas, and like I said, a 7th scale pilot should be pretty close. I hope this like I said, if you have any questions, feel free to call me. I hope you enjoy the kit, and should be a great flyer. These will be available through Tomas at VQ Warbirds, or you can contact me through tiesplanes.com.